Elisa, why don't you start us off on this one?
This is hot garbage. I didn't like 1 minute of this.
Well, hello everyone. I'm Mort, this is The Garage, and these are my friends. Look at you two. I'm here with Dan and Elisa from JRPG Life, two of the probably most prominent YouTube figures in the JRPG community. We have large collections, and one of the questions I get a lot, I don't know if you get this question a lot, Elisa, do you get asked a lot if you've played all of your games?
Every single one of them.
Every single one, yeah. You've played all your games?
All of them, front to back.
And you're not allowed to have a collection unless you've played every game and completed them all.
Especially the sealed ones. We play those first.
Yeah. Here's what the rules are. We are going to go through these games, and again, we've played them all already, but we're going to educate you. We're going to pick 5 random games from the collection, and what we are going to do is we are going to play them together, and then for 15 minutes, and then we're going to review them. We only have 15 minutes to play these games because we're not nerds. Before we begin, I'm actually going to start with my first one. I'm flipping the script here. This is something that I ordered, and this is going to be actually my first choice, and I'm just going to show it to you on camera after we pick our other games. Let's go.
How about you do Go-Go Hyperbrain?
Alright, so I know what I'm going to pick. It's over here.
Where's your Xenosaga?
I don't have Xenosaga.
So you don't want to watch a movie, is what you're saying? Yeah, let's open that up and play it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I haven't played this one yet.
Very easy choice. This is Mort the Chicken.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time Crisis 2.
Looks good.
It's a Gun game.
Alright, I think I'm going for Xbox.
Ooh, Wii game.
Look, it's an Atlas title.
Whoa!
No. That one looks pretty good, though.
Legitimately, that's a fun game.
Is it?
Yeah. It's Mario Kart on chariots.
There was one in here. Was it this one? Sorry, this is a hard choice, man. There's too many games here.
I know that game really well. It's a great game.
You know it really well?
No, I don't know that game really well. I've never played it before.
Seriously?
I'm going to leave it a mystery.
I picked Time Crisis 3. No, 2.
And what's your rationale for that one?
I like light gun games, and we don't have this one.
It's a good rationale. What's your next one you picked?
I picked Trauma Center New Blood. It's an Atlas title, and it's a surgery game.
And did you pick it just because it's an Atlas game?
Well, I can't handle blood in the real world, so maybe I can handle it in the virtual world.
Sweet. I've heard that this game is very bizarre in just the right kind of ways. So I'm excited to experience that all with you.
First choice was the obvious one. I saw it and immediately realized that this is why it's in your collection. This is obviously was named after you, right?
No comment.
Run, Mort, run. By the way, let's make this a big deal. And then Metal Arms.
Oh, have you played Metal Arms before?
No, but I've wanted to, and I figured this is a good opportunity to do so.
This will be a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. I ordered this on eBay. You guys know I'm an N64 collector. There's 2 import games that I have on the N64 that I've really wanted to have in my collection, and I got them complete in box. Rakuga Kids and Sin and Punishment. But this one is another one. Any guesses as to what's in the box?
Well, no. I don't know much about N64.
All right. Well, let's kick it old school. That's so dumb. This is Neon Genesis Evangelion or Evangelion? Evangelion. This is a Japanese exclusive N64 game. Do you know who Glenn Plant N64 is?
No.
So he is one of my favorite YouTubers that does N64 related content. He's like me as someone who just loves the N64. First of all, how cool is that box art?
It's beautiful.
Isn't that awesome?
Love Japanese box art.
Yeah, amazing stuff. He said this is a great game to import for the N64, and I've wanted to get it for a long time. I almost got cartridge only, but to get it complete in box was not a lot much more than just the cartridge by itself.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is.
Oh, it's beautiful.
So look at that, by Bandai. Bam. Let's play some games. We've run into a slight problem. I have my PS2 connected through component cables, and I don't have the AV cable necessary because when you hook up the Time Crisis gun cons, you need the regular AV to switch out the way that it connects to the television. We're going to pick a different game.
I want to try Gotcha Force.
Sound good?
Love it.
This is one of the most expensive games on the Nintendo GameCube library. One of the most sought after. Hundreds of dollars. What did you think?
Press the wrong button. Do you even play games?
No. I think it's gold.
Why do you think it's gold?
Because I didn't die right away. It made me want to keep playing it, though. If I don't want to play something anymore, it's garbage.
Thought it was garbage.
Oh! Are you two gonna be okay?
We'll talk about it later.
Tell me why you thought it was garbage.
Very repetitive.
I was watching the wrong screen for about half that battle.
Not a lot of depth, especially in the versus mode.
Which we primarily played the verses on this.
I cannot tell what's going on. Me either.
I kept getting the hang of it the more and more we played the game.
Maybe I do know what's going on.
The more we do around, I go, oh, the controls do this. I started to get it, and I started to have more fun with it. For me, this is gold. I would like to know what the single player is like. And supposedly this is like Pokemon, where you're capturing these little robots, and they're doing your battles for you.
Oh, that's cool.
I would agree if I was just to only go in the multiplayer, and if that was the full experience, this did get boring, and the hit impacts were hard to understand.
We're all red. That makes it really confusing. Yeah.
I can see why the reviews weren't too favorable, but some people I think unfairly trashed this game when it came out. I also have friends who had multiplayer memories with this game with their siblings where they're like, we played it all the time. But I'm going to say gold. I don't think it's as shiny a gold as the price it commands in the secondhand market, but as a gameplay experience, I had a fun time.
Yay!
So Elisa and I have good taste, Dan does not.
I'm okay with that.
Choice number 2 is Mort the chicken.
What the heck?
Right, so it's looking at the egg, so it must want to... Okay. What is that?
Oh, that's amazing!
So, this is absolute gold.
Yeah. Why'd you say that?
It's super fun.
His neck looks like it got bigger.
Yeah, it did. Super quirky. The story is ridiculous. We love weird games. Love weird games. And this is super weird.
I mean, look at that cover. Elisa, how would you describe the gameplay of this game?
Oh my gosh, it's Minecraft. I would rate this as a gold as well. It was a simple platformer. It's dumb, but it's funny dumb.
Magnet, alright.
Maybe
it's a chick magnet?
Like, it's very simplistic, but the humor was just silly.
I totally agree. This is absolutely gold just on the name alone. It's called Mort the chicken.
I think that literally is what it is. It's a chick magnet.
Which is
awesome.
kind of genius.
Not a lot of video game stuff I think is very funny. I thought the writing on this was really funny.
It was funny.
Yeah,
it had me laughing.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, I thought this was gonna be total garbage.
Yeah.
Five
Oh, it's corn. We're eating corn.
The cutscenes were great.
Yeah.
And the voice acting was really well done.
Yeah.
It felt like really good cartoons. I enjoyed the platforming aspects of it. Once I figured out that you could control the cameras.
They didn't figure out 3D cameras yet?
I started to have a lot of fun with it. I wanted to keep playing it, and
Same.
I wanted to learn more about, what happens in the game and the silly story and where they would take it. I loved the character design on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is gold.
Gold.
There's some chicks.
All right, I'm going to start with this next one. This is gold for me, and the reason it's gold is not because of what we played, but because of what I think we can play.
There's more production in this in most N64 games.
N64 games are not known for great presentation.
This is actually animated.
Yeah, this is crazy.
As frustrating as the game was, because it felt like only 2 buttons could do an attack, I don't think that's a fault of the game. I think that's a fault of me learning the mechanics of it. The feeling of weight of the angels and the mechs that you're using, it felt heavy and big and bulky, which is I think how they're supposed to feel. This is a Japanese exclusive, but we didn't have too hard of a time figuring out our way through the menus and getting into it, even though I have no ability to read or speak Japanese. If the game does not have more mechanics than what I saw, if it's only the one-on-one fighting stuff, then I would say, ooh, this is probably garbage.
Smack him! Smack the robot!
But my understanding from some reviews is that there's several aspects of gameplay and we didn't get to the other ones. I'm so curious, I want to play more.
I agree. I think that it's gold based on the cinematics, voice acting, the things you never see on N64.
The N64 did not have many games with cinematics, so this is actually just fascinating.
Crazy, yeah. But obviously the gameplay was rough, but it's one of those games where you need a manual, you use it, you learn it, and you want to, and I agree, I want to as well.
So this is definitely the best looking game that I've seen for the N64. I'm kind of surprised it didn't come out in the US.
I might have bought an N64 for this.
Yeah.
I would also give it gold because, well, I really enjoyed the anime personally, and I definitely want to figure it out. I felt like we came to this point that we were supposed to maybe break the shield of the angel itself, but we just didn't know quite the right combos to like burst it open.
Nothing seems to be doing anything.
Yeah. So 3 golds. This is, I don't usually get this much gold in my episodes of this, so this is pretty great. Lisa, why don't you start us off on this one?
This is hot garbage.
Death.
In like 1 minute of this. This was frustrating and everything that I'm terrible at in video games.
I don't know, I thought your platforming on it was pretty amazing.
Death.
You know, it's just the 3D platforming. Like it was just very unforgiving. Of like, oh no, you're doomed. You're done. And from what I saw, you guys were able to pass those platforms. Like the controls were very like unforgiving.
Yep.
And it took forever to get through the unskippable cutscenes, which is unforgivable.
Can't do that.
So I really wanted to like this because of it let me invert my controls,
You put invert?
which was important. And that really makes it hard to pull out of gold at that point.
Yeah.
But while I love my third-person shooters, I love Returnal, Resident Evil 4, those kind of games, this is going to be garbage.
Poor metal arms.
But I think I would give it another shot because I do like the gameplay mechanic.
My play on this was actually garbage as well. However, I'm not going to rate it as a garbage because I've played this game a lot before. And it's a really great game, but our format did it a huge disservice.
I'm gonna do it. Alright, we're gonna do it.
Yeah! Contrasting the humor of Mort the Chicken versus this, it relies on a lot of like South Park bleeping out the F word and all that stuff, and it's like, okay, like sometimes that can be funny or whatever, but to me it just kind of came across as juvenile and not actually funny. But once I got into the shooting part of it, and the strafing, and the double jumping, I know that this game gets better.
1 minute left. Give it to Mark.
Alright, here you go.
If I had to only base it on the little bit that we played, the setup took way too long to get going.
Seems like you took Xenosaga anyways.
This is the era where, too, there's like long training missions, and you have 15 minutes of learning how to do everything in the game before you actually get into the game.
That was great.
I'm gonna rank it as garbage because I truly was like, okay, this is so frustrating. But I think that if the format was play the games for 20 minutes or longer, I would probably rate it better.
Unskippable cutscenes.
I don't know why it's taking me so long to play this game for the second time.
Hurry, Val! The patient's a 40-year-old male. He has a gash on his chest and he's losing blood.
How was he injured?
He's old.
I loved this game. Gold. I hate the Wii Remote so much, and this game relies on the accuracy of the Wii Remote. I would guess that later on in the game that it's going to get more complex and complicated. However, I can tell there's a story here that's going to be really fun, and the mechanics are just so interesting.
Good job, Meredith Grey.
I felt like Meredith Grey. I felt empowered, and I was ready to take over. So this is gold for me.
Malpractice.
I have played this on DS, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So playing it on the Wii, it's definitely less accurate. That's not how you sew. Perfect. But thoroughly enjoyed this, and I think that if they released, this is the second one, if they released 3 of these, obviously it continues to do well throughout the game.
Yeah.
So I'm calling it absolute gold.
This is a solid gold for me. Of course, it's an Atlas title.
That's why it's gold. There's the full stop, right?
Yeah, that's all. That's it.
Have you played Atlas Golf on the NES?
No.
Huh? You'd love it too, then.
I love golf.
I think this game's fantastic.
Yank that bone in place.
I think it utilizes the Wii mechanics well. I've played some really bad Wii mechanics, but I think this works pretty well. And it's definitely more forgiving. You don't have to be super accurate. Of course, this was the first stage.
Watch the patient's vitals.
Wow.
I think it was fun to play co-op and just pass around. It's kind of ridiculous.
I totally agree with that. We're playing these games in the context of the 3 of us around a TV, watching each other, and then playing multiplayer. And this is a game that was fun in single player because like you'd hear the bones crack or you would, and it was like we all had a reaction. We're like, ooh, you know, and
pulling the glass out of the wounds.
Yeah, like that's the kind of stuff that like couch multiplayer is made for. Dr. Mort!
Of course, this is one big HIPAA violation, so keep that in mind.
A lot of patient names being revealed here.
You know, yeah, and I would say that it still controls better than Skyward Sword did. So.
Let's see our score. Come on. C. Yes! C's get degrees.
That's right.
That's it. Dan and Elisa, thank you for coming over to my house.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
You are wonderful guests, and you're welcome to the garage anytime. You guys check them out online, subscribe to their channel, JRPG Life, and I'll see you next time here on Mort's Garage. Bye-bye. Today's video of Mort's Garage is brought to you in large part by Patreon subscribers. Head over to patreon.com/Mort's Garage to become a member and get access to behind-the-scenes content and so much more. Thanks for watching. You take care.